So, Monty, you weirdo, you know that you had to send me your address for this. Not that I care, but I know you've been going after someone really like nasty style. And that's that umbrella guy who's a friend of mine. So I am gonna send your info to that umbrella guy, just letting you know, because you know, in case he needs it for anything. That's and by the way, it's because of what you've been doing to him why I'm doing it. Not like it's not doxing, man. He may need legal representation against you, and so I will provide him that information confidentially. So I don't think you were trying to hide though, so I'm not really, too worried about it. But I am redacting the information for this stream, of course. I got to give you credit, Monty. These are funny. I haven't read them yet, but these are kind of funny. So that's good at least. Here we go. So this is in the matter of the complaint of Steve Quest. This brings the total ethics complaints technically up to 58. 58. And again, I want to reiterate, not a single ethics complaint has resulted in anything, and not a single ethics complaint has been related to my practice of law. This is what desperate, annoying, irritating Karens do when they don't like something. They run to the first manager they can find, and then they try and use it to destroy life. And this is the best part of Montagraph. And all of these people act as if I came after them in some way, like I did something to them. I didn't. I don't know. Montagraph is especially the worst, specifically because I had never heard of Montagraph until he called me. And then this is years ago, and then started making a bunch of weird videos and memes of me, which I mean, fine, but I'm going to laugh at it. Like, that's kind of what I do. I don't know what you expected, but that's what I do. And then he just disappeared, which is fine. But then after my YouTube account got banned, Montagraph came and reassured me that my YouTube account would be reinstated because he said Nick Rekieta is never getting back on YouTube. So therefore, I knew, because Montagraph is always wrong, I knew that I would be getting back on YouTube. It was actually really refreshing to have that happen. But again, Montagraph popped into my life and then vanished. And then he popped back in. I had forgotten he was even a thing or a person. I didn't even know he existed anymore. And then he showed up, and then he got mad about it. So I don't know. I don't know about some of these weirdos. But so Montagraph is Steve Quest. That's who he is. And he talks about it in here. This is not much. Oh yeah. So their determination, discipline is not warranted and without investigation. So good job to the the lawyer's professional responsibility office and all that stuff. And as I read this, please remember that these are allegations, and the professional responsibility office takes the allegations as if they were true. Whether or not they're true, accurate, doesn't matter. They take them as they come in to make their determination on if they should investigate further. If they do not investigate further, they have taken the accusations as they are and then said, okay, don't care. Don't care. Kate of the Swiss says, I once dated a chick named Karen and she was a manager. Did she complain to herself? Did you get in trouble? Did she complain to herself about you and then put you on punishment? Is that what happened? Here we go. Attorney Nicholas Rekieta was engaging in a live stream on both his own and another's Rumble channel, which has also been shared on YouTube. another's Rumble channel? What was that? I mean, I'm not denying it. Oh, was that when I was on Megan Fox's show, maybe? Hazad says, are there any penalties for false complaints? No, that's the amazing thing about this. The amazing thing about this is that people can complain and trying to ruin your life all they want. And you can't do anything about it. You cannot sue. They're absolutely privileged from any lawsuit. They can lie completely. They can write a complaint that says so and so murdered someone on stream or whatever. And you can't do anything about it. They can say so and so is engaged in the practice of money laundering. Lots of people said that about me, by the way, that I was engaged in the practice of money laundering, that I was committing federal felonies related to Vic's GoFundMe, which is silly because it was set up in a way where I would never even have the opportunity or ability to touch the money. It couldn't come to me. That's why I set it up the way I set it up. But so people have accused me of all sorts of stuff, all sorts of crimes. Can't do anything about it. Nothing you can do. Can't sue. And someone says, of course, it's Minnesota. No, that's every ethics board. The ethics complaint is privileged from defamation. K to the Swiss says, yes, she did all those things. It was great. So anyway, so yes, they take these allegations as true, which has also been shared on YouTube, wherein he made demeaning statements about you. Mr. Rekieta mocked your intelligence, true, called you a retard and other derogatory names, questioned whether you were fucking watermelons. No, I didn't question it. It's on video. It's not much question to it. I don't know. Why is this? How is this still a question? Stated you should be shot in the fucking head. That was satire, but okay. And that you participated in certain types of sexual activity that is untrue. You believe these statements are unprofessional and unbecoming of a lawyer. And here it's going to be the exact same thing that we see all the time, right? Subject to your complaints are attorneys' allegedly improper actions outside the practice of law. Office has jurisdiction to consider allegations of attorney misconduct, whether or not they were in the practice of law. The director also has discretion, however, to make such investigation as the director deems appropriate as the conduct. The director's office has determined that no investigation will be conducted. While this office shares your concern regarding Mr. Rekieta's speech, which is repugnant, attorneys are afforded free speech protections under this is the same line that they always do, by the way. It's the exact same text. It's a copy paste. Protections under the First Amendment of the United States Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the Minnesota Constitution, particularly when that speech is unrelated to client representation. These statements certainly do not reflect the best of the industry, right? The best of the profession. Dang it, just missed it. While there are certain circumstances where speech together with conduct outside of the practice of law might implicate the ethics rules, this specific content does not present a basis for investigation. Right to appeal, yada, yada, yada. Mr. Rekieta is by way of copy of this determination in your complaint, being notified of your complaint and our decision not to investigate. Every time this is what happens. Because guess what? The First Amendment exists and the Professional Responsibility Office is a state-run agency which issues licenses to people. You can't just complain to them and have them remove you. They have to abide by constitutional principles. They can't do it for just speech outside of the practice of law. They can't. If they did, it'd be a First Amendment violation. They'd get sued really hard and they'd lose really quickly. And I don't know why people don't get this. But I run a show. I have to get real for a minute here. I got to get dramatic. I run a show. This show is, frankly, late night shock radio to much extent. much extent, like Howard Stern before he became a coward. It's not what it started as, but it's what it's morphed into. And I kind of like it. I kind of enjoy that. It allows me to mix in news, comedy, levity, personal reality, satire, and it's all this mishmash of things. And some people are just not ever going to like it. They're not going to like the joke or some joke, or they're not going to like something, or they're going to be mad about something else. But you know, what do you do? Like, that's it. I don't know what else to say, because it's just this entity. But the people who really aren't going to like it are people like Montagraph. Like they're just not. And I still don't know what thing I actually did to make Montagraph initially mad. I don't know what it is. I know I kind of do, actually. Montagraph called me and wanted me to like do something about Medicare, as if I have any control over Jim. That's what happened. And instead I laughed at him. That was my crime. That's what happened with it. So it's not a very complicated story. That was years ago. And apparently he's just stuck around forever because that's what he does. I think the ultimate reality here, though, if we're being honest, is that Montagraph just wanted to, he's trying to get clicks. He's trying to get attention. The dude's been doing YouTube for like 10 years. He's not very successful at it. So back to this. So this is complaint number 1, Mr. Steve Quest. Here we go. Complaint. He's relation to lawyer. Other complaint. Attorney Nick Rekieta stated publicly on Megan Fox live stream that he is retarded. Hey, Monty, are you still fucking watermelons? Monty makes videos of him fisting himself. Montagraph, that one was a joke. But the watermelon one, the video is still like it's real. It exists. Okay. Here's the link for irrefutable proof of his statements. My username is Montagraph, aka Monty. During Megan Fox's live stream, I was in the chat exclaiming that Nick Rekieta deserved to be banned from YouTube, in which he was on October 5th for severe TOS violations. These statements are 100% false, disgusting, and extremely unprofessional. This is not the level of professionalism that one would expect from a reputable attorney. I'm not acting as an attorney right now, Monty, so okay. Nick Rekieta is using his law title to legitimize these false and demeaning accusations. I'm not sure about that. Don't think so. The video did it, Monty, and your actions. These sorts of false allegations can lead to physical assaults or worse against persons being accused of such atrocities. Please seriously consider a thorough investigation in this matter. Thank you. So when was this? That was dated October 6th. And then we have complaint number 2. This is dated October 7th. Complaint, Rekieta Law, mocking Americans with disabilities on his live stream. Wait, what? Specifically addressing the ADA equals Americans with Disabilities Act, stating that they dispatch retards to comment on his live stream. Yes, that's true. I did say that. I said that the ADA has special agents and they assign you a mentally handicapped person, and mine was Montagraph. And I was worried because I lost him, but then he came back. Nick Rekieta continues to make false graphic and sexual statements directly to me during live streams. This is where I love this line. I'm not sure if he is having homosexual fantasies or simply needs a psychological wellness check. You decide. Little column A, little column B. Monty, come on. You know it's both and. Why would you ask this question? Making disgusting sexual comments towards others while performing the duties of an attorney is truly unprofessional at best. I didn't, not performing the duties of an attorney. Montagraph, I'm on a show. I'm on an alt tech show, an alt tech platform, doing a shock jock late night show where there's a bunch of jokes. Calm down. Ooh. Okay. My online moniker is Montagraph, aka Monty, and Nick Rekieta knows this. Here's his 4-minute video disgracing all disabled Americans and attorneys. Okay, and the last one. Here we go. Nicholas Rekieta of Rekieta Law falsely accused me of disgusting acts with a child and went, Montagraph, this is obviously satire, you weirdo. On to state that someone needs to put a bullet in my head because of it. These statements were made to a live audience of 18,000, in which days later his video has received well over 50,000 views. Here's an excerpt of his exact words. This is an absolute outrage and a gross ethic violation at best. Nah, it's not though. Because it isn't. It isn't, Montagraph. So, I guess, good job wasting their time again. Monty, so yesterday, I don't know what live stream you were on. Was it mine? Someone sent me the Rumble screenshot. I have no idea. But here's the deal, Monty. You are just a weirdo. You're just a weirdo. And I don't know what your deal is. I don't know why you are you. I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't know why you're lonely or whatever you need to do this. But I don't care what happens to you. I don't care. Like when you disappeared, I didn't care. Like it's just over. Like you just vanished. That's fine. I see the connection's bad right now. Who knows? But what the heck is going on? Yeah, I could see the connection's doing terrible right now. Anyway, this I'll just talk through it. I assume the audio is still okay. But when you came back and then you like half in, half out, disappearing or whatever, it doesn't matter. You're just someone who makes jokes and content for me. But I don't care. I'm assuming eventually you'll go away again. And when you go away again, I'll forget you existed yet again. So there you go. But you should stop going after people's families, man. I see what you're doing to Tug. It's pretty weak. Pretty weak. Pretty gross. Go get a hobby. No one wants to come after you because no one cares that you exist at all. Like on the internet. Somebody somewhere does, I guess. But none of us do. I'm sure you're going to show up in my chat at some point, flipping out and typing a bunch of idiotic nonsense. And I'll probably make fun of you again. Because I know me and I have a weakness. And that's it. That's it. Is that I'll make fun of you again. So enjoy that, Montagraph. Thank you for chalking 3 more notches into my ethics complaint belt. Just a tip, though, to you and to everybody else who wants to do the ethics complaint game that seems to be very, very popular right now. That goes in waves, too. Sending more doesn't make it work. Because it's a government agency, They have to abide by First Amendment principles. To deprive me of my law license is to take away something I have a property interest in, which means that has to have a justification for it and not be prohibited activity by the state, which means that every single complaint that comes in, they have to look at disregarding all the other complaints. Everything is a completely unique action. So filing 3 or 5 or 50 or 1,000 doesn't matter. It's not Twitter. You can't just mass flag someone out of a government license. Not only that, even if they investigated, what they do is notify me of the investigation, give me an opportunity to respond. Then they make the determination if further investigation is warranted or if a disciplinary action should be commenced. Then they would notify me again. Then I would have the opportunity to file motions, to make legal arguments, to hire an attorney, to do all those things. It's a long process. It's very complicated, and it's really, really hard to get someone even disciplined, much less disbarred, especially for something outside of their conduct as an attorney related directly to a client matter. But I'm sure a bunch of dummies will try it again and again and again and again.